Oh, that's cool. Hey guys, this is Christian, and today we got the Audi Q5 Sportback Premium Plus 2021 edition. Yeah, long name. But yeah, MSRP on this though is $47,800. This has a 2-liter inline 4 engine, which gets at about 261 horsepower, 273 torque, and MPG on this is about 28 MPG. And that as well, 0 to 60 on this is about 5.7 seconds, so it's pretty nice actually. And besides that, let's just jump into the exterior. So outside here, as you can see, it's like a nice black, or as what Audi calls it, like Mythos metallic black. It's a $595 option. But besides that, next thing I do want to mention, you got your foldable mirrors here. These are not like a standard option. You got to actually option these out, and it just simply, they fold usually when the car locks, though you can set your settings and all that in case you don't want to. Next thing I do want to mention, so this exterior on the Sportback actually has the S line, so it's kind of really similar like exterior as the SQ8. But just to mention, you'll see some actual like little nicer options on the outside. But here on the wheels, as you can see, so these are the 19-inch wheels. So these are like 19-inch 5 kind of spoke, or like 5-arm as they call them. And you can actually see there's like 5 separate ones, and bi-colored. And though these are not like your simple rims, I actually like how they're actually a little different, and they actually fit the car pretty nicely. And besides that though, getting onto the front though, I'm gonna switch sides, and you can see these LED headlights. Though I'm not sure how many more times I need to mention that these are LEDs, because almost every car does have LEDs, or slowly moving on to laser lights. Besides that, you can see the vents here. They're actually fake, unfortunately, as you can see, so no air actually goes in. You got your parking sensors on the front and back all around the car, which kind of just let you know if you're about to hit an object. And then interestingly enough, these are not actually fog lights. These are actually sensors for the car. So kind of interesting, instead of like most cars where they usually put like the sensors like in a big block here, kind of like hidden, they actually put them on both sides of the car, and they kind of blend in with as being like fog lights. Here on the front, of course, you got your Audi logo, and then you have like this nice like contrast where it's like you got the black trim, and then you also have like the more of like that brushed metallic look as well. All right, so moving on to the back side, so I do want to say you got your Audi logo here, and I do want to mention, I used to always think that Audi and the Olympics logo were the same thing, and it was just the Olympics making Audi cars, but they're completely separate things. But besides that, you got your Quattro logo there on the right side, and then right above that, you also have your LED tail lights, of course, too. Besides that, you don't really have much of a diffuser. You do see your parking sensors, as I mentioned. Usually on most cars, there's like 2 on each corner, so 1 there, and then you also have another one over here as well, too. But yeah, besides that, pretty standard and everything. And then for opening up the trunk, you can actually just reach down here and open it manually, or it kind of gives me an excuse to show you guys the key. So just showing you guys the key real quick. As you can see here on the bottom side, you have your Audi logo here, the 4 rings. You got your unlock, your lock, and then you have to open up the trunk. You just press this twice, and then you also have the panic button. But before I do that, I kind of want to just show you guys how to take out the key. I feel like not that many people actually know that they have keys inside of their kind of these keys that they carry with them all the time. So it's a little different per key, but just for this one, you just pop it out. And as you can see here, you got that key that you used to always remember on older cars and all that. This is just in case the battery on the car dies, and you gotta just open up like the driver's side door manually. But popping this back in, I can actually open up the trunk here. So I'm gonna press it twice. Opens up the trunk now. Put this in my pocket real quick, and as you can see here, it's actually pretty spacious, of course. It's about 26.8 cubic feet of space. And then you also have space on the side, so you have like little nets, and I actually kind of like this design. So maybe you want the nets down for whatever reason, but you can also bring them up, so just slide them back up. And then you can actually store stuff here on the side, and maybe you don't want to see them too much, you can also just quickly just pop them back down. And then besides that, right under this, there's actually a wheel under this, so kind of quick want to just show you that. And so yeah, pop this up, and it's like, I guess, a Space Master saver. So this has a pump and everything. You can actually bring this in case maybe one of your tires gets a flat and all that. So pretty convenient. I feel like a lot of cars, again, don't have this, especially luxury cars. I guess usually you just reach out to someone in case you get a flat. But popping this back in, as you can see here, you also have like this little protector, maybe for your groceries, or if you don't want anyone looking at your stuff. I think most people don't mind getting one of these, but it's kind of just helpful to have. But so I'm in the trunk now, as you can see. So again, 26.8 cubic feet of space. It's actually really spacious. There's actually even more space down here. Again, you could fit, I guess, 2 people in this, and same kind of thing, kind of like the Lexus as well. Or if you bring the seats down, you get about like 51 cubic feet of space, and I'm pretty comfortable back here, just in case you got to be here for whatever reason, or maybe you're like tailgating and all that. You can actually just sit back here as well easily. But besides that, that should cover the trunk challenge. You can also bring down these seats without actually like touching them. So here on the sides, you can actually just pull on these levers on both sides, and then this will actually bring down the seats. And of course, assumingly that the front seat isn't too far back, you can bring this all the way down. So this doesn't go completely flat, but as you can see, it's actually pretty decently flat in case you got to carry any like big boxes and all that, and you can bring down both of those as well too. But I'm gonna bring this back up, close this door real quick, and then I'm just gonna bring this, as you can see here, you can also just close it with a power trunk in case. So just closing this up real quick, and now that closes that. So getting onto the driver's side door, so it is kind of interesting, just to show a little close up. Most doors kind of just like pop straight out. This one kind of like goes out and it goes upwards, which is kind of interesting. It's a little different because this is actually my first Audi car I've actually been in ever, surprisingly. I've been in a lot of cars, but never an Audi. But yeah, getting onto like the door here that we have, you got some window controls here. You have some birch wood right above that. You have like these little, of course, handles in case you got to open the door. And then you also have your memory seats and all that. And just final thing, in case you want to open up the trunk as well, you can also open it here as well too. And then final thing that the Sportback has as well standard, you also have these little door sills here. So you have the S little logo there. I do want to quickly just show kind of just like the puddle lights and the illuminated door sills real quick. So as you can see, you got the little rings as you open the door and everything. Looks pretty cool, really nice presentation. And then the other thing, you also have the illuminated door sills, which is what you get again on the S Sport line. And then right above that, as you can see, we also have the seat controls and all that. It's 8-way adjustable, and then you have 4-way adjustable lumbar. But yeah, that covers that side. So then just get inside at this point. So getting inside now, so one of the first things that we have here, of course, we got the steering wheel here. We got the steering wheel here, so 3-spoke steering wheel, leather wrapped and everything. You got your Audi logo here in the center, and then here on the left side, just to mention, so you can actually control the screen here, 7-inch screen, of course. So I can actually go left and right. So here you can also see like your energy consumption. Use a little scroll wheel here. You can actually go up and down, shows your MPG and stuff, or maybe you just want to have it on typical speedometer, or maybe just like the date and time and all that. But you can also go to the right side, again, notifications. You can also have your music showing here. It looks like my device is not connected though. And then you can also have like all your recent calls in case you want to call someone real quick. Besides that, on your right side, you also have your heated steering wheel. So I can actually turn that on, pretty cool. Probably convenient for the more of the colder climates, but it's, I guess, fine here in California. But besides that, your music controls here, you can basically go to the right or to the left, which is basically your next or previous, and then your volume here, so you can just scroll up and down. You can talk to Audi here, call and all that. You got your paddle shifters here, so left side, right side, and then a couple of your other stocks as well too. And then moving on to the center screen. Here we got the Audi, what they call MMI 10.1-inch touchscreen. Here we got like one of the dashes, so it actually shows my music here. Let me just put that on pause. Listening to Doja Cat again for whatever reason. It shows my phone and then the navigation for this. So you also have a couple other apps. You can set your radio, media, your phone, navigation, and all your other stuff, of course. And then you also have a couple more other buttons. And then just in case you quickly want to go between the options, you can also go to your music real quick, or maybe you want to go to your phone, or even your navigation. This doesn't have the navigation in purchase, I guess, but it's fine. And then you also always have like these little notifications here on the top right. Kind of reminds me of like a phone and everything, just like anything, you always have your notifications at the top. But closing that up, so moving on down here, so you have your AC controls and everything. You have a little screen here, kind of just to let you know what settings you have it on and everything. And
oh, that's cool.
And I do want to mention something kind of cool, maybe you guys might not even know this, is you can actually like move your finger across and it'll actually show you your options. So it's like, as I let go, it goes away, but as I'm like touching it, it kind of just like shows like my options. I can go to AC max, on or off, or I'm just gonna leave it back on. The next one, of course, it's just like as you move it, it's kind of pretty obvious on this one, but it's kind of cool. It's like as you like swipe your finger like over them, it like shows different things and all that in case you don't know what options you have. But besides that, you got like a little bit more controls here on the right side, of course, when it's like a little foggy on the inside. Temperature here, 69, nice. You got heated seats standard, so you can actually set it to 3 different levels. That's where the bacon comes out of the seats. Besides that, you can also get the warm weather package for $950, and that'll give you ventilated seats. And I really recommend that. Again, I'm a big fan of that. Whenever I have that in any car, I kind of just love it. But moving down here, we also have like some driving controls here. There's actually quite a lot. I actually don't know the names of everything, but you can see them here. It's kind of like the auto stop and start with the engine, traction control, your driver select, which I'll show once we get to the drive. And then you also have like your angle and everything when you're more off-road and all that. So below the driving controls here, so we also have the start and stop engine button here, in case you want to start your engine, of course. And then for here, you also have a little bit of cubby space. You have one USB port, and then you also have a 12-volt outlet. And then here, again, you can also see your trim again. It's actually that Birch kind of trim that we mentioned before, and it's kind of nice because you can actually feel the grooves a bit, assuming they're real. Might be fake. You have a little bit of cubby space here, kind of small. Kind of wish they took more advantage of all the space that they could have actually given us. And then here to the right side, you also have your volume control, so you can actually scroll the wheel, and it kind of brings up and down the volume. And then you also can tune the song and go forwards or backwards. And then you also have this here. I guess you can try to like put your phone here sideways, though most people probably don't want to use it for that. And then here, of course, we also got the Prindle as well too. And then you also have your parking brake here in case you got to turn that on. And then right behind that, of course, we also have this little bit of cubby space here. You probably might not be able to fit your phone here, especially with how big phones are, like the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is really kind of big. But in case you're wondering, there also are cup holders, so you just slide this backwards. You have 2 cup holders, kind of gets us to the Starbucks cup challenge. Gonna pop these in, so that's 1 and 2. So they're actually touching, as you can see, so they do fit, but they do touch a little, just to mention that. But gonna take these out real quick, throw these to the side, and then I'm gonna show this real quick. So you can also keep it like this, or you can also move the armrest forward or backwards. So you can move it forward, backwards, depending on how you're driving and all that. Move this up real quick, and then you have one USB-C port, and then you have some cubby space here in case you need that. But besides that, you can bring down this armrest here. And then the final thing I do want to mention up here is you also have your panel roof up here. So it's pretty nice. It's actually one of the more expansive ones, so it's not just like one-sided. You can also open up the whole front side if you need to, or close that if you need to, but that kind of finishes up the front side now. So jumping onto the rear here, so as you can see here, my knee room's not the best, I guess. Again, this is more of like a compact SUV, but I'm pretty comfy. The leather is pretty nice and comfy against that black leather. And then just to show you here in the center, we have 2 AC vents here. You can control them as well. And as I mentioned, it's a 3-zone climate control, so you can also control the temperature here. Right now it's on low, but you can also just bring this up here and everything without having to like ask the front passenger or driver to like change the kind of temperature for you. Right below that, if you can see it, you can also have 2 USB charging ports, and then one 12-volt outlet. And then besides that, I do want to show you quickly the armrest here. So you can bring this down real quick, open this, put 2 more Starbucks cup, though these are kind of small, but you could probably fit a cup here if you need to. And then you can also pop this up, and then you can also kind of use this as a ski pass here. So this does come down. Some cars only have like a 60-40 split, where you gotta like bring down this whole seat too. So this is kind of convenient in case you're carrying something long. But besides that, gonna bring this up. And I do want to mention one thing. This is one of those cars, this probably won't bug most people, but this is as low as the windows kind of go. So it's not bad. Again, it's an SUV, you're not really expecting an aggressive speed, but it is quite torquey, especially in the beginning, and it does move. Noise-wise, there's not much noise really, but I guess you could get an exhaust or something like that. Getting onto the driving side of the video, so the car drives pretty comfortably. Insulation is pretty nice too. I do like the car lot. I definitely like the panel roof, like especially like during the time right now. It's just like very nice sliding. It's not too aggressive, and it just gives like that more like open feel inside the car. Visibility is quite nice. You can like look forward. It's pretty easy to see out of. So I got the car in dynamic mode. I just want to show you a quick launch. I'm not gonna do the full 60, but just to show you guys. As for the safety systems in this car, so there is the lane keep assist, there is also like the blind spot monitoring, which is pretty nice. I always recommend that, especially for people, especially when you pick up a new car. I think just like your blind spot can be really a big issue for some people, but for some it might not be. As for the maneuverability of the car, I want to just show like the steering wheel input, how that looks. So it's a little delayed. It's not like super accurate, but it does a nice job. And again, you're not really looking for that like accurate, super sharp turning on this, so it's pretty fine. All right, guys, that completes a review again on the Q5 Sportback Premium Plus 2021 edition. And just to cover like the main highlights, again, it's a pretty nice, simple car. You probably see a ton of these on the street. It has like nice, simple styling, not too like edgy, but pretty like luxury and all that. Besides that, pretty good seats on the front, I'd say. You have the heated seats on the front in case you need that. You have a nice panel roof on the top. You have nice 19-inch wheels, of course, too. And then the space on the back, again, that 26.8 cubic feet of space, or about that 51 cubic feet of space if you bring the seats down. And back there, as you saw, it's pretty spacious if you got to carry stuff. And this is more of like a compact SUV, though you do have all the space you kind of need, really. If you need something bigger, you could look at like the Q8 if you need that. But besides that, I do like this car and I do recommend it for any of you guys looking at this. Alright guys, that completes the review again on the Audi Q5 Sportback Premium Plus 2021 edition. Again, long name. But yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys can like and subscribe, helps me out a lot, of course. And again, I'm always gonna be thankful and thank you guys again at the end of the video real quickly. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the content, let me know. If not, also let me know so I can also improve it, or let me know if there's any features or even future cars you want me to look at. But besides that, again, until next time.